Hello and welcome back to Inside My Showroom, episode 7, part 2. We are discussing the new Deadpool Heat Seeker premium format sideshow statue. So we just have like a little bit of a discussion here that we wanted to continue since we were kind of like running out of time. Chris was just telling us about, what he felt about like the price. And he was just a quick recap. He was just stating that, for that price, they better have a pretty good quality control. And in order to do that, he needs to have Sideshow needs to have a lower edition size. So, Chris, you want to just say hello and we can get right to it?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Glad to see you again on part two. So yeah, if you didn't tune into our first part, we were basically just discussing the new Heat Seeker Deadpool premium format by Sideshow, and like I was saying in the first part of the video, the statue's been getting a lot of flack. It's something that people were really excited for um, when the reveal from San Diego Comic-Con came, and something that people were really hyped up for. It was a lot of buzz about it in the community, and now that Sideshow finally released the pre-order, it's pretty much shocked everybody. Nobody really saw the $700 price tag on this Deadpool premium format, and it's also got people questioning, like, damn, if Deadpool is $700, how much is Bane and Venom gonna be? And I'll tell you right now, you heard it here first on Inside My Showroom. I guarantee you, Bane is gonna be 900 plus. I 100% say it. If I'm wrong, whatever. But if I'm right, you heard it here first.
I hope that you are so wrong. I pray and hope that you're wrong.
Bro, I don't know, bro. If Sideshow continues this ambitious journey they're going on for these statues, bro, they're getting real ambitious, bro, raising the prices. Hopefully they do it the right way and they lower the edition sizes and they step up the QC, but I don't see that happening, especially for popular characters like Deadpool, Bane, and Venom. I can't see a 700 ES for these characters.
Not that I'm giving them permission to, go up to $800.
900, bro.
If they go above $800, someone's gonna have to go Bane on them. Seriously, seriously, like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
As I was saying earlier, and I would like to continue, is that I've been collecting for 15 years, and I really feel sorry for the new collectors that have to be paying these kind of prices. People with the whole like Deadpool, like original statue, people who have that in their possession, or people who are selling it, they're looking at anywhere from I would say on average maybe about 1,400 US. Okay, I'm not saying that if you pay more for it that it's not worth it, but the EX, I think I've seen it floating around for about 1,400 US. For the regular, some people can still get lucky. Before the movie came out, I saw it hitting like $700. Maybe it went up more, $900, that sort of thing. This was a huge hope to see this statue at Comic-Con and that sort of thing. People were like, hey, I'm finally going to get the chance to have Deadpool in my collection. I can't afford those new prices. And this was like a lot of hope for like our new fellow collectors, or the collectors who didn't have, Deadpool in the collection, or those who had to sell Deadpool and now have the chance to get them back into their collection. And this is a huge letdown for, a lot of collectors out there. For those that can afford it, great. You're still coming out better than having to go for the OG, which is, hitting much higher prices on eBay. But at the same time, that is the original Deadpool. It can be allowed to ask for that kind of price. This is a new Deadpool. I think a lot of people that were kind of debating if to go for, spend that little bit extra and get the original Deadpool. This is actually an excuse to kind of just go right past this one and actually go for the original. You know, this is a very high price, and it came as a huge shock.
Yeah, man, I completely agree. I think Sideshow might have bit off a little bit more than they could chew. Um, I don't know how sales are going to be on this statue. I mean, with that price point, I mean, and all the negative feedback I've been hearing there. I mean, there are some people that, yo, I ordered it, and there are some people that are backing it up, like with that whole XM argument that they were, trying to justify the price rise. But there's too much. There's a strong rebuttal for that argument. The fact that, oh, if you're paying this much for XM, then why can't Sideshow? There's a strong rebuttal for that argument. Going back to the ES sizes and the quality control, I don't see how. Again, if Sideshow makes a low ES and the quality control is perfect, then you know what, $700, I get it's worth it. You know what, I'm gonna say straight up, it's worth it because myself, I'd pay $700 for an XM statue. I would do it 100% in a heartbeat. So if Sideshow can do the same with this Deadpool, perfect. But the chances are that they're not gonna make this a very limited statue. It's a popular character, something that a lot of people have been hyped up for, something that a lot of people have been waiting for. So I can't really see them making a low edition size, And with higher edition sizes, the more quality control is usually gonna have, and that's why I don't see why $700 is even a thing for a premium format, and it sucks, dude. I think I mentioned this in the last episode that we talked. Even you touched based on it earlier in the first part, when statues used to be like $250, $300. The Spider-Man comic kit was like $250, and now it's selling for 1,000 plus. It's times have really changed, man, and it's.
But the thing is, I don't see an excuse for it. I don't see an excuse for prices going that high. I feel that, Sideshow, they had their, target audience. They had the people that they were willing to sell for. Yes, XM is making, $1,000 off a statue, basically, right? And shipping prices are ridiculously high. But, people were kind of looking to Sideshow as, hey, it's the affordable place to get this guy in my collection, right? And do you think that they're going to end up losing that?
You know what? That's a great point, man. I read it in the comments, not pertaining to the Deadpool premium format, but somebody was like, "Yo, companies like XM, Prime One, that's all great, but I feel like Sideshow is the community, you look at somebody's collection, there's always one Sideshow piece. You know what I'm saying? There's always Sideshow is always there. And like you were saying, it was one of the more affordable companies. It's a company that gave collectors the option, if they couldn't afford an XM, if they couldn't, go out and dish out for a Prime One. And I don't know, man. I think they're losing their touch, and they're selling out fast, man. They sold out big time with these price hikes.
I respected Sideshow so much that they were still like the affordable company. Like when I see people giving Sideshow competition, people taking away some of Sideshow's sales. I said with pride, I said, well, at least Sideshow's prices are still affordable. The new collectors can join on. As much as they were $3.99 at that time when I made that statement, for a premium format. I said it with pride. Now it's like $4.99, and I'm having a hard time getting adjusted to that. And I'm a 15-year collector here, and I'm having a hard time with $4.99. You can't just drop a bombshell on this. Like I know Deadpool would drop a bombshell, but I don't think it should be this kind of bombshell where we're getting like a $6.99 price here. I think we should read through a couple more of the comments before we continue with our opinions on it.
Yeah, bro, no doubt. Just real quick, if you want to just read off a couple of those comments, bro, I'm sorry, I gotta run downstairs real quick. My pops needs help. 1 second.
Sure, I'll take it from here.
Got it.
When you're back, please. Okay, so it's unfortunate, but Sideshow really doesn't care if there are some of you that can't afford these higher prices because there are just as many people who are willing to dish out the cash. especially if they're going to be getting better quality statue for the price. This hobby is a luxury, and sometimes we forget that. Great point. You know, this hobby is definitely a luxury. You know, people can't forget about that. People can't forget the fact that, you know, there are other things that we need to be focusing on. We need to be focusing on family. We need to be focusing on our bills. We need to be focusing on, you know, our spouse, our girlfriend, you know, our partner. You know, so the thing is that yes, this is a luxury. If, you know, the prices are going to be going higher, some people are going to be okay with it. Some are not. So, you know, this is a great point. We have been basically discussing how surprised we are with the price. Here's basically an answer to that. So, you know, here's a flip side to it. Doesn't necessarily solve the issue of it, but hey, if people have no price problem with, you know, spending this kind of money on this statue, then the people that do can simply overlook it, just simply not pay the statue any attention, right? So this will be interesting to find out, you know, just how well this statue does. If it doesn't do well, you know, Sideshow is waiting there. They have it to be determined on this statue. If Sideshow can basically prove, you know what, this is going to be a low edition size statue, this actually will give people an excuse to purchase the statue and say, you know what, it is actually a low edition size. I can see now a reason to spend $700. I have an excuse now to spend $700 because there's not going to be a lot of them out there. But if there is going to be a lot of these statues and they're expecting to get away with $700, that's kind of asking a lot. XM pieces have low edition sizes, you know, so you don't have to get sick and tired of, you know, basically spending $1,000 and seeing it every single time you see it in somebody's collection. It's actually a highlight to see an XM piece in somebody's collection. Chris, I take it you're back?
Yes, sir.
That's okay. So do you mind just, I already read the comment to the audience. If you just want to quickly skim over that one.
All right, it's unfortunate, but Sideshow doesn't really care if there are some of you that can't afford these higher prices because there are just as many people who are willing to dish out the cash, especially if they're going to get a better quality statue for the price. This hobby is a luxury, and sometimes we forget that. You know what? Respect. I gotta respect it 100%. I think we do forget. I, myself included, I think that we do forget that it is a luxury. You know, I've
been talking like the past 5 minutes about this, so you'll have to rewatch it in the episode. But you know, I do give credit to the person that that said this. So I don't want to take up any more of the viewers' time on this one, but I just wanted you yourself to be able to read this, and so you can know what's going on since you had to leave.
Yeah, respect.
All right. So I'll read this one. It's a lot of money, but if you think it's too much, don't buy it. If you think it's worth it and you can afford it, buy it. Stop moaning. I don't like that Sideshow are increasing their prices, but they have the right to, so stop complaining, peeps.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, you know. If you think something is overpriced, then like the guy said, don't buy it. But I still don't think that's like it's a problem, is what I'm trying to say. The price hike is a problem. You know, that's the easy way out by saying something like that. Oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Like that's the easy way, you know. Like you were saying before, Sideshow is a place that people went to buy affordable statues, you know. For them to drop $700 for a character that a lot of people want, you know, a lot of people like Deadpool, especially after the release of the new movie. You know, that movie got lots of good feedback, and I don't know, man. I think that's the easy way of just, you know, sweeping the crap underneath the carpet by saying something like that. Oh, if it's too expensive, don't buy it. You know, respect, because that, I mean, at the end of the day, it does come down to that. But I don't think it's right, nonetheless.
Can I throw something out there?
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
so we have original Doom on Throne hitting eBay prices about 4,000 to 5,000 US. Okay, we have you know, Punisher Comic Head hitting like 1,500 to 2,000 US. Let's just name a couple more of them. The Hulk premium format, the original.
Right.
God knows what that one is going for. You were interested in, what was it, Venom Comiquette?
Yep.
You were saying about 1,300 to 1,500 or something like that, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay. So, even Magneto XM, I would say that's hovering around 3,000 US. 3,500 is kind of realistic as well.
Right.
I've seen it trying to push for four Gs. I think that's kind of pushing it at this point. But how do you think Sideshow feels seeing that, they're responsible for a lot of these statues and they're thinking to themselves, I'm not saying that they are, okay? So I'm just, asking a question here that maybe they're seeing the fact that, if people have, $4,000 to throw down on Doctor Doom,
right,
or if people have, 3,500 to throw down on Magneto, why aren't they making a little bit more money than letting the aftermarket people enjoy those high inflation prices?
I don't know, bro.
Like, the thing is that if Sideshow is kind of like the one doing like the hard work, getting out there, basically having to get in contact with their workers, do all the prototypes, get all the licensing, that sort of thing, they're taking on all the difficult work. They're kind of like releasing a statue for, let's say, $400 or $500, and then within a few years somebody's selling it at $2,000. What gives that person the right to make the 1,500 just because they bought it, they scalped it, they flipped it, and Sideshow was the one doing the hard work, and they're like, what, come on guys, give us a little bit more of the money. We're going to be charging higher prices up front, maybe to prevent the statue from going too high in price, because when a statue is being released at basically $700, right? And that's opening price. I don't see as many people, rushing to it and getting ready to flip it on the internet, once it's sold out. So a $700 statue, maybe it might take a while now before it goes up to $1,000.
Yeah, man, I see what you're saying. To have excuse me, I'm sorry. To have a statue originally priced at something like $700, I could see what you're saying, where the market value might not be there, years down the line, because the original price was already really expensive, So I can't, and especially if the edition size is high, like I would expect for Deadpool. I'm expecting a high edition size, and I would not expect the market value to go up, especially after the original price was $700, bro. There's just no way. I mean, unless they make like a 500 ES for the exclusive, I really can't see the market value of that piece going up. And if it does, it'll be years from now. It'll be 5-10 years maybe that we'll see a crazy, increase. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to throw another statement out there. Again, just my thoughts. So, Sideshow prices seem to be getting pretty high, right? So I'm having a hard time with $500. Other people are having a hard time with this $700 one. So now, for argument's sake, people are not happy. But when Sideshow was keeping their prices low and people were complaining about the quality, people weren't happy either. So do you think maybe Sideshow is like, what, regardless, you guys aren't happy, we're keeping the price low, but don't expect, high quality products? Or, hey, now we're raising the price and now you guys aren't happy either. Like, how do you think Sideshow should deal with that? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know how Sideshow's to deal with that. All I know is that they really need to work on the ES and the quality control, man, because that's what it really all boils down to. If you want to sell at XM rates, then you have to have quality control rates like XM. The fact that people were complaining, they had every right to. You pay, even if you pay $200, $300, $400, it's a lot of money, regardless of how cheap you might think. Like the other person in the comments said, it's a luxury. Um, there's priorities that people have first and foremost. You got to pay your bills, you have to buy food, you have to take care of your family, and it doesn't apply to some, but to most it does. And you really got to take that into consideration. So for people to complain, about QC issues for $300 statue, they have every right in the world to. And for Sideshow to ignore that, I don't think that's really wise, because I think that's one of the things that Sideshow's really known for. Really, they have that really under their belt, just their customer service and the way, how professional their system of selling statues is. You look at a company like PCS, not to say they're not professional, but you try to go on their website, you can't even log into your account because it's been undergoing maintenance for like 3 years now. You can't really deal directly with XM Studios if you're living in the States or if you're living in Canada, because they don't distribute them. So you have to go to a third-party source. And if you happen to receive a damaged statue through that third party, XM won't help you because you went through that third party. So, I think that's one of the main reasons Sideshow's really put on that pedestal. Just, that's one thing that shines about that company, just how professional, how good their customer service is. But their products really need to be on par with that quality. And
The thing is, right? Okay, so for new people that are trying to get into this hobby, and
right,
would like Deadpool, or they would like Joker or something like that. Hot Toys is still in the 200s range. For people that are kind of in like the middle range of being able to afford anything from like $400 to $500 statues, I see that the 1/5 scales are kind of hovering around that price. And we have like the Ninja Turtles that were released by Sideshow around that price. We have, the Masters of the Universe 1/5 scale statues around that price. And to me, it's looking like the premium formats are kind of becoming like the new price of what the 1/3 scale statues used to be. And it seems like, these premium format quarter scale statues are kind of becoming more of, the word that was used earlier, a luxury. It's more of, a high-end sort of thing now. Do you think that's what we're moving into, seeing that, the quarter scale statues are more of the luxury type thing to be investing in?
I 100% agree, bro. I think that's kind of what's happening. I mean, it was always a luxury. It's a luxury for anybody that has spare money to buy toys, to buy comics, to buy video games. That's a luxury all in its own. If you have extra money at the end of the day, after paying your bills, after feeding yourself, after clothing yourself, and after giving yourself a warm house to live in, anything after that is a luxury. Everything after that is a privilege, And I think that it is getting to the point where it's like it's really getting you really gotta be making some serious bank to keep up, or to have a decent collection, at least for a new collector. Like a new collector, I mean, unless he has a great job, I can't really see new collectors having great collections nowadays.
And that's another point exactly. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Is that my collection, if you take a look at it, there's a lot to see.
Right.
But that has been collecting over a span of 15 years.
Exactly.
For people that, are collecting statues now, who have showrooms that they need to fill up, they just move into a new home, or they get like, they clear up their room and they're like, oh, I could display like 10 statues or something like that. There is a lot to choose from now. There are so many different statues. It's like every single month, like so many different new statues are coming out. But if they're going to be hitting like $1,000 from Prime One, $1,000 from XM, and soon to be $1,000 from Sideshow, how can somebody who's making a few thousand every month be able to afford these kind of things? I used to take pride in the fact that if there was like Deadpool that I wanted and Wolverine that I wanted and these sort of things, premium formats, I could put them on my pre-order list. to put like 5 of these statues at basically $1,000 on my pre-order list, I would be scared to do that, not knowing what the future holds. What happens if, I'm out of a job? What happens if I have an unexpected bill? What happens if my furnace breaks down? How am I going to keep up with these pre-orders? And then at the same time, you guys are pumping so many statues my way. How am I supposed to keep up with all of that?
Yeah, man, 100%. I don't know. It really is. It's getting a little bit nuts, but
okay.
I mean,
so I actually have another question, right?
Yeah.
So for people that didn't get, Deadpool, OG, and they were so happy that this was announced, they were giving it so many compliments, thinking that it was going to be released at an affordable price. Now we see a 700 benchmark. Okay, now it kind of makes that OG look all the more affordable. What impact do you think this price will have on the OG now?
I can't see the price of the OG going down. Number one, it'll either stay the same, but I don't know. I feel like there's not really going to be an influence in the price, but just an influence in the decision that people make in which Deadpool to get. So the mindset of, oh, if the new one's $700 and the regular OG is 900, why not just spend the extra $200 for a piece I know is going to be great quality for something that looks awesome, But we're throwing a lot of bombs out there, but this is all taken for granted that Sideshow makes a crazy ES size and the quality control is not all there. That only that what we're saying is only applied if all those problems arise. Because like I said, I feel like if they have a decent ES, if they have like a 500 ES, which I really don't think is going to happen. I mean, let's be realistic. It's Deadpool. It's a popular character. People have been fiending and hyping for this statue since San Diego Comic-Con. But just for the sake of this convo, if they make a decent ES of 500, if the quality control is on par with, let's say, XM Studios, let's say the paint is awesome, it's a nice heavy piece. Let's hope that the sword is not bending, in the production pieces like it was in the prototype at San Diego Comic-Con. Then I feel like 700 would be justified, and only justified because that's the price that other people are paying for pieces like XM Prime 1. But I don't know, overall prices have just and everything, bro. I'm not just talking about statues and everything. I go to Walgreens sometimes to get like toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo. Dude, I'm spending like $60-$70 like almost every month for that sort of stuff.
The thing is that when statues used to be like one every 4 months coming out, okay,
right.
Fine, you can kind of like scrape money, go out for one less coffee or fill up a little bit less gas. Not that I advise doing that, but the thing is that with these statue prices being the way they are and just more and more stuff keep on coming out, I think it's going to become very cutthroat on the consumer itself to say, okay, you know what, I want Batman from Prime 1, but then I also want Deadpool as well, so I'm going to pre-order both. No, it's not like that. It used to be like that, but it's not like that. The other thing is that I'm the owner of the OG Deadpool exclusive, and if I was going to be willing to sell it for like, let's say $1,400 now, I would be like, forget it. I'm not going to sell it for that anymore, because if this new one can come out and they want like $700 for this new one, much less the original, heck no. Okay, the fact that this can go for this price, either I just don't want to sell it anymore because it's the OG, or now I all of a sudden want more. That's my take on it. The regular Deadpool OG, if somebody was going to sell it for $700, all of a sudden I want more. If this new one is going for $700, I want more. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you.
So here's another thing. This is not the first time that we've actually seen Sideshow calling some high prices on their statues. Granted, Galactus was bigger and Sentinel was bigger, these are kind of like more recent statues, but they were basically like asking a starting point of basically $900. It seems like Sideshow is kind of like testing the waters with like higher priced items. They did pretty well, so why not charge a high price on this and kind of go forward with it from now,
Yeah, I could see that. I could see them testing the waters, kind of. After seeing everybody paying the X amount for XM, X amount for Prime One, I could see, the curiosity and seeing if people would spend $700 on a Deadpool. I was gonna say something, man. Oh, I'm just I'm I'm kind of like I'm anxious to see what people's thoughts are because these people are mad about $700 for Deadpool. Yo, when Bane comes out, that's gonna be another 1 hour long episode, bro. That's gonna be crazy. I
uh,
saw that thing in person and it's huge. It's massive. It is humongous.
I was looking forward to Bane, so all of these things that you're saying, it's kind of feels like you're stabbing me, man. It's like,
No, no, I'm not intentionally
forward,
trying to hate on you, but I'm just trying to be realistic, man.
I think you are being realistic, but it still hurts, man. It really
Yeah,
does hurt
bro. I'm
because that
just
statue looks phenomenal.
yeah.
Sideshow knows it. And I think Sideshow is kind of seeing, wait, we're carrying items for Prime One. You guys are like buying these statues, causing them to be sold out. Why should Prime One be allowed to do that? And us, who are like, basically one of the original companies, Sideshow, not be able to do that. You know, maybe they feel that the consumers are kind of being unfair, and that they want to start selling at those prices as well. I hope Sideshow is just a little bit open-minded, and they still sell premium formats at lower prices for those who don't want to spend these kind of money. Like, yes, okay, fine, if it's more detailed. Well, what about the people that don't mind if it's not as much detailed, and kind of want the premium format size but at a cheaper price? Because for me, my showroom is basically filled up. I don't have any space for new things. If something new comes and I really, really like it, I have to part with something that, maybe I kind of lost the love for. But I just want to kind of let you know, and the audience know, I'm in Canada. So a $700 US statue converts to roughly almost 1,000 Canadian. We're talking about maybe like $960 or something like that, right? Let's just call it 1,000 for peace sake, because the exchange rate can even go up tomorrow, and then it is $1,000, right? Then I have to pay shipping, which would basically work out to, let's say, $70 Canadian. So we're looking at about $1,070. I have to pay on average about 25% import fees on that statue. So import fees alone can be anywhere from $200 to $250. Okay, so I am to order Deadpool. I'm looking at about 1,300 Canadian dollars. Okay, if you work for $10 in the USA, $10 US, I work for $10 Canadian. Okay, that's just the way it is. It's not like, okay, well, our Canadian dollar is lower, so I make more. If you're working for $10 and I'm working for $20, no, you work for $10 US, I work for $10 Canadian. So all of a sudden, in order to afford this Deadpool statue, I have to be able to stretch out to 1,300 Canadian dollars. How on earth am I able to do that?
Yeah.
Right? Even if they were to keep it at, say, the $500 price, right? That's basically working out to like 700 Canadian, right? By the time I pay for shipping, let's say, for example, it's 770. I pay custom fees, I'm up to like $900 Canadian on a $500 statue. I feel it's a little bit unfair that, people within the US get to, pay this $700 price, plus they're complaining, right? What about, the Canadians, the Australians, the people from United Kingdom, people from, Singapore or something that want to import this statue? They should be complaining way more because they have to pay the import fees, they have to pay the exchange rate, and they are paying way more, and we're not hearing their voices.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. That's a good point. All these guys, international. I mean, and it does go both ways, you know. Um, from pretty much all the companies. Because Prime One too, buying a statue in the U.S. and the States and Canada, buying a Prime One statue is always going to be expensive, always, and just for shipping costs alone, that's not including import fees. So, just something to be mindful of. I don't know if you want to move on to Wolverine, but just be mindful, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments. Will you be getting the Deadpool premium format? What do you think? What are your thoughts on the price? Is it right? Is there something to justify the price hike? If you think it's wrong, what are your reasons? Just kind of give us your insight on this whole topic. Yeah, we're looking forward to see what you guys think for sure.
And the thing is that it may sound like we were sitting here and like, bashing like Sideshow for these prices, but I don't think it's really that. I think it's the fact that, it came as a shock.
Right.
Also, the fact is that, a lot of us enjoy this passion. We enjoy this luxury, this hobby, these sort of things. And to kind of see that, our funds isn't able to afford as much as it used to, it hurts, right? And the thing is that as a fellow collector, I don't mind the occasional high-priced item. It actually gives you something to look forward to, right? But if this is going to become a norm where every single statue is this price, okay, so if I only collect premium format statues, I have to be prepared to spend $1,000 every single time. That's going to really hurt. It takes like the fun out of it, because instead of being able to get like the Batman that I wanted, to get the Superman that I wanted, now I'm going to have to pick and choose. And, that's really not fair that, all of these statues have to be high priced. If something looks absolutely phenomenal, like, okay, I've been collecting all of these statues. I have Silver Surfer, I have Thanos, I have, like some other character from outer space, like Nova or something like that. And all of a sudden Galactus is $900. Fine. It's something to look forward to. I can say not all the statues are going to be this price. So let me bite the bullet. Let it be, difficult on me. I'll cut back some other way. I'll make the sacrifice. But if every single statue is going to become the price of Galactus, it's kind of like, really? So to get Robin in my collection, I'm going to have to pay $900? Well, I didn't really like Robin. I wanted to have him in my collection, but now I can't. Thanks a lot, because you guys are making it $700 or $900 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, okay, we did actually go past the time that I wanted on just the Deadpool discussion alone, but we can just finish off here. You wanted to mention something about this.
Yeah, guys. So, a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm concerned or happy for these guys that ordered this piece, because the Hulk and Wolverine maquette that Sideshow just released a couple months ago, shortly after the reveal at San Diego Comic-Con, people have been getting shipping notices for this. That's going to be arriving in the warehouse and shipping out first quarter of 2017, so early, February to March. So I really don't know if. I hope, for the sake of all the collectors that bought this, I really do hope that, this piece, Sideshow didn't rush it. I hope that they took their time with the paint and the quality, and it comes out, as people hope it would. But it was a little bit shocked to me that, so early. It's crazy.
Hopefully they just got like a good manufacturer on this piece. Hopefully they knew that, it was going to be a piece that was going to fly off the shelves and people were going to love it. So maybe they just put it into production a little bit earlier. But if it's not good quality, all the more reason to be wary of Deadpool.
All right.
All right, Chris, thank you very much for, joining us. And, thank you to everybody that watched the video. there has been a little bit of confusion that's been going on with the whole YouTube page. Um, so it's actually under like my old original account. I'm slowly moving everything over to a new account that's strictly for inside my showroom, so that anybody that gets updates or wants updates and wants to subscribe is not going to be getting like, my gameplay video notifications or anything like that. But I have to go through the transition of moving all those things over to the new inside my showroom channel. So hopefully we can work things out. I'm going to start uploading those videos to the new channel, and please be sure to subscribe to that new channel once it becomes available. So we're on episode 7. Hopefully by episode 8 we will be at the new channel. It's going to be inside my showroom. Please like the video and subscribe. And again, please share your comments about Deadpool. This is like the latest discussion that's going on. It's the latest controversy. And we just want like both sides' opinion. There are people that are happily buying the statue. They're very proud of their purchase. I urge everybody to be happy for those people. I urge everybody to be happy for the people that can afford the statue. I think it's going to be phenomenal in their collection. Please don't get me wrong. I just hope that Sideshow knows what they're doing. This video is not to deter anyone from purchasing that statue if they had their mind on that statue. It's just like additional thought, additional discussion. So please, let's hear your opinions on it. And thanks for watching.
Yep, guys, thanks for tuning in. Just want to give a quick shout out before we close out. Big thank you to you, Amy, for again letting us showcase your collection. If you guys didn't get a chance to check it out, check out the first part of this video. He has a sick collection. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let us know your thoughts on Deadpool. Like Omar said, thanks for chilling with us. We'll see you on the next ep. Peace.
All right, take care, guys.